soon as he said, have you ever thought that OVO is working for me? And that's literally why they call this guy the boogeyman. He will come. You don't know how, and you don't know what damage he's going to inflict, but he'll be back.
Why are you dropping Elohim into this track? Why is it Hebrew all of a sudden? What the f does KTW mean, bro? Where we at right now?
Like, if he has to come out of his hermit monk cave, he's going to make an example. This underlying threat of, I know more than you do. You're way out of your depth. You're not street smart, and you're not that smart either. This is Matt Marc Remarks, where we react to content, review the material and context, and serve up our remarks, all leading to the final score using the patented Matt Marc Remarkable scoring system. Stay tuned this episode for breakdowns, backstories, and bruv banter. And for deeper analysis on our thoughts, feelings, and theories, check out the Remarkable Uncut series on the channel. This is Matt Marc Remarks, where Mark and Matt do just that.
Yo, peoples! This is the Matt and Marc Remarks show, where Matt and Mark do just that. I am Matt.
I am Mark.
And today we are moving forward with our exploration of the epic beef between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. So this is 616 in LA by Kendrick Lamar in Euphoria. Kendrick refers to Drake's back-to-back.
Back-to-back, I like that record. I'm gonna get back to that for the record.
Euphoria was released the 30th of April 2024. 3 days later, this came out. So Kendrick comes with 616 in LA.
Think somebody lying, smell somebody lying.
Are you finally ready to play? Have you ever, let's see, have you ever thought that OVO is working for me?
That beat, man. My goodness. Unbelievable. Starting with the beat, like, it's so fresh, so catchy, so like emotional.
Immediate soul. It's immediate like.
Oh hell yeah, man.
This means something.
It's like the first notes out of Whitney's mouth when she sings or something. Whitney Houston.
Like, careful.
I'll be with some bodyguards like Whitney. No!
Careful, boy.
In fact, it doesn't even take much to do that. It doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't need to be convoluted. Whoever produced that track is so Kendrick.
My friend, there's a jewel in terms of who produced it. I think this leads us nicely into the track title, 616 in LA. There's quite a few different levels of significance to that. Drake has a series of songs that he releases. They're basically called timestamp songs. The signature of these timestamp songs, usually a rap-heavy lyrical song.
Okay.
Smart, double entendres, punchlines, quotable stuff that you can just say again and again. Very much in his like rapper bag. And it's usually a timestamp, like a time, and then a location. And it's one of the things that I think people get excited about.
Real Drake fans all around the world been saying these three words for the past week. Time stamp Drake. Time stamp that nigga and leave. Drop the mic. If we are not getting timestamp Drake, enjoy your vacation.
9 a.m. in Dallas, 5 a.m. in Toronto, 6 p.m. in New York, 4 p.m. in Calabasas, 7 a.m. on Bridle Pass, 8 a.m. in Charlotte, and I think that was his last one, which was on his For All the Dogs album. So Kendrick comes with his 616 in LA.
Nice. There might be nothing to this as well, but I've also heard that 616 is meant to be the original number of the beast from the Bible. Might have nothing to do with it.
Coincidence? I think not!
Everybody want to be demon till they get chipped by a girl away. It makes you think. That's what Kendrick does, which is good. It's good to think. And now, my friend, we get to the diabolical stuff.
Where do we begin?
Okay, June the 16th, America, they do the month first and then the day. Guys, we do the day and then the month because it's sequentially correct.
It's just the right way.
It's just the way, it's just the way that you should do it.
Sorry, I'm not convinced.
Would you like me to convince you?
Happy July 4th. June the 16th in America is the date of Father's Day on 6/16.
I see. Already it's interesting.
Are you seeing any links there to any previous information you might have learned about fatherhood?
You are hiding a child. Let that boy come home.
Or about Drake.
I just said fatherhood. I mean, you're saying Drake. I'm just saying fatherhood, you know.
In terms of Drake's family issues, Kendrick was shooting at that before. How you don't know how to do this or that when it comes to being a father. And obviously for Kendrick, him being a dad seems like one of the most important things in his life.
Is that true that you want to reveal the child with Adidas campaign and things like that?
I wasn't. I had at the time.
I wasn't revealing my son with Adidas, or like I wasn't gonna have my son like in the fucking
Right.
I knew you was lying. I knew you was lying, man.
So significant. Like being a masculine day, being a father, even like picking on Euphoria, stuff happening with kids. It's bad parenting, like not looking after your children. It's letting stuff like that happen to them. If there's not a father there.
I got a son to raise. I can see you know nothing about that. 6/16, June the 16th, also happens to be Tupac's birthday.
Oh no way! Damn.
Yeah.
That's a big connection.
Another like random offshoot fact, but Kendrick's birthday the other day. Guess what day he's born on?
Has to be June the 16th, right?
It's actually one day after. It's June the 17th. Kendrick was born one day after Tupac.
Same star sign.
The Gemini baby. The most recent reference to Tupac was Kendrick in Euphoria. Somebody told me that you got a ring. On God, I'm ready to double the wage. I'd rather do that than let a Canadian nigga make pop turn in his grave.
A 2-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about?
So now on to the next point of 6/16. As mentioned, Euphoria putting kids in very adult sort of scenarios and just happens to be executively produced by Drake.
Man, why do you look like that? You sick. Look at all this.
Oh God! Oh God!
First episode of that show aired on the 16th of June 2019. 6/16.
That's getting deep. Maybe he is plucking on Number of the Beast.
So this is what you learn with Kendrick. His stuff is so layered, somewhat abstract. People can pull many different things from it. It's really interesting, like the amount of different theories that you see people having. The shortest passages of bars, oh, this could be this, and then someone else saying, oh no, but it also means that. There are obviously like some common things that are widely agreed upon that yeah, this is this and this is this. The mental, like visceral level that Kendrick lives in, he just generally operates there. In this setting, it's just an article of warfare. Like it's nuts, bro. Just how he structures it all. Everything is for a reason.
How quick he's made this track. It sounded like a studio album tune. You can imagine an artist working on this for a couple of years, but I think it's coming out in like a couple of weeks in response to another track. Who does that? You know what I mean? Like, that's not normal. It was kind of half about himself and then about Drake.
It wasn't even like a full diss song. It was like an album track.
Yeah.
This is one of those cuts that could be on like almost any one of Kendrick's recent albums. But there's also like another theory that it had something to do with OJ Simpson's murder case, which also began on June the 16th in 1995. This reference could tie into the leather glove that some of the songs cover, which might be Kendrick's way of implying that some of Drake's crimes will soon come to light. Whenever anyone sees a glove now, they're like, OJ? Like, imagine that being like one of your legacies.
A left glove?
It looks like a left glove.
Sure it was.
I think he put on both though, right? I just remember that image of him like going like this in court, like, look, like it doesn't fit. And I'm like, you can still anyone. How is this a defense? Oh no, they're too small for me to, I can't do that. Like, no, bro, like, you can still people very readily with that. It's not an issue.
So the gloves I showed you in court today then fit the description given on this sales receipt?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, the people would ask that Mr. Simpson step forward and try on the glove.
Now put this knit cap on. Who am I? I'm still Johnny Cochran with a knit cap. And if you look at OJ Simpson over there, and he has a rather large head, OJ Simpson in a knit cap is still OJ Simpson. It's no disguise. It makes no sense. It doesn't fit. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit. Imagine like your life depending on like a rhyme, you know what I mean? And it worked. It worked, bro.
And OJ really didn't do it.
Let's just move on, shall we?
So that's actually like a Maybach driving glove. Just before Euphoria came out, Rick Ross released this track, Champagne Moments. His music label is called Maybach Music.
Maybach Music.
In seeing the glove, people thought, oh, is there some sort of link to Rick Ross? There's quite a lot of speculation at that time. And in a way, it was kind of like a nice little appetizer because people were clamoring to hear from Kendrick. I mean, this is where he called him out on apparently having a nose job so that he would look less like his dad, who's black, saying that he always had to run to people to get his flow elbows. And then he also mentioned the whole fake abs thing.
There ain't nothing real about this nigga. Not even his midsection. If you can't trust a nigga midsection is, what can you trust by that
What
nigga?
can you trust?
Basically, was calling him white boy throughout the song.
Is that Drake?
That's like white Drake. I call that Wake. JFK era. It's really big. There's a Bible verse, Corinthians 6:16. Do you not know that he who unites himself with a prostitute is one with her in body? But it is said the two will become one flesh. So this could be yet another jab at Drake's tastes in women.
Barely 2 women have accused him of getting him pregnant back to back.
Another former stripper is claiming Drizzy knocked her up and is preparing to deliver his baby.
According to Pornhub queen Mia Khalifa, she said that somebody that rhymes with rake tried to slide into her direct messages. His intentions were clear and she thought it was just so cringeworthy.
He's graduated from bartenders and strippers. He is now been gallivanting with an adult star.
I seen it.
Did Drizzy Drake and his team threaten a stripper after a one-night stand? She said that Drake and his team had threatened her life after she slept with him. He sent her angry texts. His team came to her house and threatened her life if she ever went public. But then she went on a radio show and denied it. The police report was filed against Drake's team, but not Drake.
She submitted text between her and Drake where he asked her allegedly to have an abortion. And she replied with, I can't kill my baby simply to indulge you. To which he replied, indulge me? You.
So those are just some of the meanings, just of the title alone and the cover. Just before we dig in, what did you get from the track?
Yeah, there was a few things like, in terms of thinking about what the track was getting at, my goodness, like just with the title alone, how many things are you saying in this one song? To me, the main thing I kind of felt, like it definitely felt emotional in a personal way. Like the line about him putting these kids to bed and that's what he lives for, or reading him a prayer to sleep and then closing his eyes and that's what he lives for. But then all the mentions of God, I don't know, now kind of thinking about like the Father's Day link, it felt like a very close to home track. And even the fact he was chatting about himself for the first half, again, it felt very poignant. I'm not even going to get into the diss yet. Let me just tell you about me.
Motherfuck the big three, nigga, it's just big me, nigga.
Almost being a bit vulnerable. This is how I live my life and this is what's important to me. These are my values. So even when it switched into the diss stuff, it was almost like he felt sorry for Drake. You know, I guess in a weird way, it was almost like he was being a bit fatherly. You don't understand that these people are taking advantage of you. You don't realize like
they're not your friends, son. These people are not your friends.
You know, Trey, you may think I'm being hard on you right now, but I'm not. What I'm doing is I'm trying to teach you how to be responsible. It's like your little friends across the street, they don't have anybody to show them how to do that. They don't. You're gonna see how they end up, too.
It was almost like he was talking to Drake as someone that cared in a fatherly kind of way. I mean, you don't know what you've gotten yourself into. So yeah, man, deep. It felt emotional, I must say. Like just the choice of music, the way that it starts off quite soft. Dissing, it's not aggressive in a way. Just more just saying it how it is. Yeah, a lot more complicated than what it seems.
So in terms of who produced it, it's actually produced by Soundwave, but it's also co-produced by Jack Antonoff. And Jack Antonoff is one of the primary producers for Taylor Swift.
Oh, wow. Did not expect that.
I bet you Drake didn't either.
Oh, it's Drake on his phone for just an instant, alongside basketball czar of the Raptors, Masai Ujiri.
Do you remember the song that Drake made with Tupac and Snoop's AI?
A 2-pack of ass!
It was called Tailor Made. So Kendrick was like, okay, cool. So on my next diss track, I'm going to have it co-produced by Taylor Swift's main producer. And then it's genuinely, then it really is tailor-made. This is actually tailor-made. Man, do you know how crazy that is? Do you know how stupid that is? The sample itself.
Immediately lovable.
Yeah, it's just that warm and nostalgic. You immediately have the sense that you're going to have like a good meal. Al Green song called What a Wonderful Thing Love Is features a guitarist, Mabon Teeny Hodges. And that man is Drake's uncle.
Okay. Wow. That's wild.
It's psychotic,
it's
bro.
Wild.
Demented. Yeah, it's twisted.
I can't get myself in Kendrick's head because, like, that's another level, isn't it?
In knowing, like, the history that we went through, I imagine that someone did you wrong, and you know that there'll probably be a chance to get back at them at some point or make that right. Just putting and planning, we're just sitting on it for ages. I have no doubt that along the years, Kendrick has just had, like, little ideas, assessing the characters, like, oh, yeah, there's a flaw. okay, easy.
16 seconds.
How that sort of thing comes together, like I don't think he was stressing out in a dark room like what's next, like that. But at the same time, just like the level of depth that we can like grasp from 4 bars, that kind of mind applied to writing his lyrics, writing his music, is the same mind that would like plot a murder, like a, you know, obviously a lyrical murder.
My process, it starts from just a whole bunch of premeditated thoughts, thinking about the ideas and what I want to say next. I have to make notes and I have to remember these things. You know, I have to write them down and then dig all the way deep and see what were the things that triggered the idea. It's really about me challenging myself, stepping outside of my comfort zone and mastering it.
When you can think that deeply, you can apply that in any form, you can apply that in any way. So if it then becomes, okay, now it's warfare, now I'm plotting on you, you don't want guys who not only have well-informed thoughts, you don't want them thinking about how to hurt you, especially over a long period of time.
100%. With that level of intelligence, it's like Rain Man level. Like, where do you even begin to think about how your mind works? Seeing the code of the Matrix when he's like writing the lyrics or something.
I know Kung Fu. Show me.
New Kung Fu Kenny!
So Drake's uncle, his blood uncle, was playing guitars on the song that was then used against him in a diss song called 616 in LA, based off of a timestamp, which was Father's Day, which was Tupac's Day, which was the date of Euphoria's first episode release.
So literally 4 seconds of the song, it's saying all of that.
However long it takes for like light to make its way to your eyes when you look at an image, there's more material in here than there ever was in something like a Tailor-Made, for instance.
A 2-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
In 99% of all songs out there, they don't go that deep. It could be masterpieces and be so simple and straightforward, or the most wild ripping beat. But to have so many deep layers, it's almost alchemical. You know, it's almost Masonic in terms of
100%
layering stuff in there and hiding.
Nah, there's a level of like esoteric like magic involved.
Like we haven't even started the lyrics yet.
We haven't even, how long? An hour.
We're never gonna finish this video series.
Why do you do this, bro? Calm down, it's okay. Be dumb sometimes.
That good.
So it starts off, it's survival. I think somebody lying. I smell somebody lying. I don't see no fire. Make of that what you will. Off-white Sunseeker at the marina. Buck a phantom, I like to buy yachts when I get the fever. Wine cooler spill on my white t-shirt, the sightseer. Trifecta, money, morals and culture, that's my leisure. My visa, passport, tactic, I show up in a visa. A Sunseeker is a yacht, as I understand it. Fuck a phantom, so like a Phantom Menace, a luxury car. Nah, hold on. Nah, bro, I'm tweaking. I'm saying Phantom Menace. That's just Star Wars. Phantom cars is a series of cars by Rolls-Royce. So he says, fuck a phantom, I like to buy yachts when I get the fever. This is called trifecta, money, morals, and culture. My leisure. Top 3 things for me is money, morals, and culture. That's a very like admirable yet human 3. You know, if you're going to aim to have money, but also have morals and have love and awareness and do it for the culture, that's a good 3 things to sort of live your life by. What I found interesting here, kind of like the optics. So obviously Euphoria, he took a while to come back. People felt his first line in Euphoria was,
yeah, I'm out the way, yeah, I'm low, okay, yeah, the island right here is remote, okay.
The Made song, Drake was saying, yeah, I know you're in some New York apartment, just stressed out, like writing bars in the corner.
I know you in that NY apartment, you struggling right now, I know it. In a notepad doing lyrical gymnastics, my boy. You better have a motherfucking quintuple entendre on that shit. Some shit I don't even understand. Like
Kendrick is like, nah, I'm on a remote island. I just bought a yacht, enjoying the falls of my labor, spilling wine on my shirt, just having fun. And so I really took that as like a geographical nod. This is where he is. This is actually what he's doing. My visa, passport tatted. I show up in a visa. New Callis dwellings in Brooklyn, just to book me some pizza place in Brooklyn. Who could reach us? Only God could teleport this type of freedom. And this bit is very, very cool. God, my confession is yours, but who am I if I don't go to war? This next line to me like demonstrates Kendrick's, just his realness. Who am I if I don't go to war? There's opportunity when living with loss. I discover myself when I fall short. In the midst of this song, as you said, he's being completely vulnerable. He's literally letting his fears be known in a way. Who am I if I don't go to war? There's an opportunity when living with loss. And even if I do lose, I discover more about myself when I fall short. So in a way, it's a win-win. That level of introspection, a lot of rappers wouldn't necessarily even put that in there. Maybe their level of vulnerability or exposing themselves is just a bit different, especially looking at the sequence of it. He just dropped a fiery bomb out of nowhere in Euphoria on a fucking Tuesday morning or some shit. And then he follows up back to back with no chance of Drake to drop. But he doesn't go straight in with, again, just fire. He's willing to take half of a relatively short track with only one verse to say, this is me. Like, I have to do this. If I fall short, I fall short. There is nothing to this point that we've heard from Drake that has half the amount of substance. It's two things. Very emotional, I think you said. Human, open, transparent. But then there's also a level, I know that in the last minute I can still make my point and it will still be an effective diss track. It shows like a crazy level of self-confidence as well.
It's true.
Like, not only to expose yourself, but to do it on a diss track and then circle back round to the diss. It's almost like a track of two halves. Him being introspective, talking to God, his fears, his doubts, what brings him peace, and again we'll get to that. And then the second half, he's really giving some heartful advice in a very real way. And obviously there's a lot of implications that he drops as well.
There's something about him talking about himself that almost feels like a diss on its own. My trifecta, money, morals and culture, that's my leisure. To me, it's almost like he's saying, that's not your leisure. You know, like, you don't have morals, money or culture. You know, and he's saying about himself, like,
the combination of all three, you certainly don't have.
Yeah, it's almost like he's trying to say, you know, bro, like, you don't have these things. It almost feels like dissing without dissing.
Really, I'm speaking about the character of a man. I'm speaking about the principles of a man. You are silent in all black issues. You have all the platform in the world. Then you don't stand for nothing. You don't say nothing. Oh, I'm Memphis, Houston. That's my black side. You never related. Oh, your dad left you at 5. Oh, I get that. He never walked you to the bus stop. You're mad about this. Your mom, she never remarried. You don't even know what like family is. So of course you don't dig marriage. Now I have to like really analyze who this person is. It's real. Ghostwriting ain't alleged. The reference tracks ain't alleged. The baby ain't alleged. It's real.
Sometimes just being real is enough. That's probably my favorite section. Just in terms of getting a snapshot of who Kendrick is, you'd be forgiven for just firing off, being quite guarded and Teflon rapper guy who's just out for war and just battling and stuff like that. Absolutely love it. I just think it just sums him up. Literally talking to God before he does something mad. God, I'm sorry, I really have to do this. If I fuck up, I might fall short. I'll learn from it though. But this has to be done. So like, forgive me.
Merciful Father, I have squandered my days with plans of many things. But at this moment, I beg only to live the next few minutes well. All we ought to have done and have not done. I pray thee, God, for forgiveness.
Yeah, it's mad. Raise my heads to a fallen sky. I fantasize me jumping planets immortalized. I correspond. 3 angels watching me all the time. Put my children to sleep with a prayer and close my eyes. Definition of peace.
That's what he says. Definition of peace. Bloody hell. I love that bar, man. That's the bar that got me the most.
I almost see this as like him picturing his legacy. When he says being immortalized, it's the zenith of I did everything I set out for, spoke to the culture and done what I can in terms of the plight of black people and the things that I guess he would like his art to do, and then becoming immortalized in some way. When he says 3 angels watching me all the time, I have a feeling that might have something to do with people he's lost. Like, I know that there are a few like really close people to him that he lost along the way, cousin, friend, and obviously other people that they're watching him all the time.
Kill my homeboy and God spared your life. Dumb criminal got indicted same night. You ran outside when you heard my brother cry for help, but the type of bullet that stuck had went against his will. Bitch, all my grandma's dead, so ain't nobody praying for me. I'm on your head. I don't give a fuck about no politics and rap, my nigga. My little homie's done a deuce, ain't never coming back, my nigga. I get emotional about life. The lost ones keeping me up at night.
Couldn't stop the bleeding.
it for real. Then he died, God himself would say you fucking failed. You ain't tried.
And then he says, tell me who gonna stop me. I come from love. And that's the thing. It's like a conversation with his God and him looking after his kids. That's what matters to him. That's his peace. So he knows that where he's coming from with this beef or with whatever he's doing is rooted in love. For lack of a better term, he's doing it for the right reasons. Who could stop me on that basis? Let's say there's two versions of events, so you're telling the truth. And you know that you'll be happy to routinely tell that truth is where you're coming from. There's no motives. This is just what it is. I'm very happy to keep telling it exactly how it is. And who's going to stop me? I liken it to something like that.
Estelle covered my heart. Kendrick channels the spirit of Estelle Oliver, a lost family member, possibly Kendrick's grandmother. Maybe this is one of the angels he's talking about.
Makes sense, man. And he mentions his grandmother's spirit.
I was 9 when they put Lamont in the grave. Heartbroken when Estelle didn't say goodbye. Chad left his body after we FaceTime.
He also commemorated her in a 2022 Coachella performance, having her name written as a stem of a rose on his custom boots. Yes.
So deep, man.
Remember when I picked up a pair of lyrics that I could trust, a timid soul, stare in the mirror, asking where I was from. Often, I know this type of power is gone cost, but I live in circadian rhythms of a shooting star. The mannerisms of Raphael, I can heal and give you art. Like, you know, I didn't know what a circadian rhythm was before this.
I know what circadian rhythm is, but what is he saying? Like, his body is tuned to, like, the rhythms of a shooting star. What do you even mean by that, Kendrick?
What the fuck was that?
I know this type of power is going to cost. I know what the costs are for who I am, for, you know, this perceived power. I live in circadian rhythms of a shooting star. Like, what? Like, my mental, like, I'm just somewhere else with it. I'm not from here. Like, I'm tuned to something different. What the music does, it feels heavenly, it feels spiritual, it feels like out of body, that build up. The mannerisms of Raphael, I can hear and give you art, but the industry's cooked as I pick the carcass apart, and then it drops back into that.
Yeah, somebody's lying. I can see the vibes on Act.
Oh my goodness. I swear, like a tale of two tracks. I'm going to fully expose myself, my fears, my truths. He literally mentioned everything that matters to him, everything that is like makes him who he is. And then he just lines it up with that the industry's cooked as I pick the carcass apart. And now we can get back to the diss. Just insane levels of self-belief, whilst also very much acknowledging that, you know, I could lose.
And it's something that you rarely see in rap. There's pretty much like no ego, which is wild because he's saying some grandiose things. It comes across not egotistical, almost like a bit scripture, almost a bit religious. Circadian rhythm is like of a shooting star. You hear that, you're like, whoa, it just blows my mind a little bit. Like, what are you saying? Like, what do you mean? It doesn't come off like ego. The industry's cooked, but I'll pick the carcass apart, saying it how it is, and he's taking his picking. It's odd, man. Like, someone else could say similar things and it would almost come across, oh, you know, you're a bit full of yourself, you know what I mean? For some reason, it doesn't come off like that at all.
That's really interesting. I genuinely think it works that way, because he is so balanced. He's done songs about having money. He's done songs about walking past a homeless man and that homeless man actually being God. And a song about wanting to get with Shireen, trying to hit up this girl because he's just trying to fuck everything. He speaks about being fearful all of his life from 7 to 17 to 27. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't think we know everything about Kendrick that there is to know. But in terms of showing all of those, the sides and the elements that make everyone like a human, you have carnal nature, you have sometimes wicked intentions, you know, you have sometimes the best intentions. Sometimes you're the winner, sometimes you're the loser, sometimes you're the cheater, sometimes you get cheated on, sometimes you're broke, sometimes you're rich. He just covers it all. There's never been really a level of superficiality, only if that was, I guess, the intention. But even that, bro, like, there's no Kendrick song you can show me where there isn't philosophy involved. Like, he's a philosopher, this guy. Swimming Pools, like one of his big early commercial successes, very catchy, hard beat, sick chorus. But then he's talking about, oh yeah, his uncle used to drink, and I do this when I get insecure, and I know I should not be doing this. But at the same time, this is what the girls like. We're gonna have a party. Like, the reason why it doesn't come off as braggadocious or you're a bit full of yourself with Kendrick is that he's shown his lows and his vulnerability. He's just human enough that you accept it.
At the end of the day, we're all human. I think that's why they F with me the most, because I put that in my music. that I'm just a human being like everyone else trying to figure things out.
Another Black and a Berry. And my interpretation of that was like the first verse is mainly talking about white America. Now white Americans view black people.
Came from the bottom of mankind. My hair is nappy, my dick is big, my nose is round and wide. You hate me, don't you?
And then the middle verse was about corporate America, how they view black people in that space.
Black is successful, this black man meant to be special. Cat scans on my radar, bitch, how can I help you?
And then the last was more so about how black people themselves view themselves as the enemy.
It's funny how Zulu and Dosa might go to war. Two tribal armies that want to build and destroy. Remind me of these Compton Crip gangs that live next door.
The whole theme throughout is, I'm a hypocrite, I'm a hypocrite, I'm a hypocrite. I'm the biggest hypocrite 2015. And he ends with the, why did I cry when Trayvon Martin was in the street? When gangbanging make me kill a nigga blacker than me, hypocrite. Even when he dropped that, he had people going in and going, oh, he's doing the whole thing of saying it's all about black people killing each other and taking the onus off of police, law enforcement.
Black of the Berry. In the third verse, you just flip it. You caught a little bit of flack.
Blacker the Berry, which is one of the songs that he performed during the Grammys, sparked controversy because Lamar's narrator berated himself for mourning Trayvon Martin while also participating in violence against black people.
Oh, you're worried about Mike Brown and Eric Garner. Well, what about black on black crime? They say that as a detraction. Someone like Kendrick, who is living that, who grows up in those neighborhoods, I think who better to say something like that than someone that sees gang violence on a daily basis.
Think about the way he kicks off a lot of these verses. I'm the biggest hypocrite of 2015.
Calling himself a hypocrite, and I don't want to say he's speaking to the black community and saying that they're hypocrites for the whole gang violence thing.
Who are you speaking to?
These are my experiences. I'm not speaking to the community. I am the community. This is my life. For people who take that out of context, know who I am first, understand where I come from. I've been through a lot. Somebody around the corner done did this to my partner. I still feel it. When I say these things, it's therapeutic for me. The gangbanging made me kill a blacker than me. It's making me remind I need to respect this man because he's a black man, not because of the color that he's wearing.
It's been a week already, feeling weak already, he began, and a few bars later he mentioned February 26, 2012, when Trayvon Martin was killed. On that day, Lamar said, I lost my life too. It set us back another 400 years.
That very track, he literally goes through all of it. He's on both sides of the fence. He's the rich guy, he's the poor guy. The guy who's saying he wants black empowerment, but then he's also killing black people. That whole theme of humans are just one big walking contradictions, he doesn't shy away from it. And so because of that, I think he can pretty much approach any topic and you never really take it as this is an angle.
Never presenting an image, presenting himself. Wild, man.
This guy, man. Now we get into the diss section.
A man can be an artist. It depends on how good he is at it. Creasy's art is dead. He's about to paint his masterpiece.
Yeah, somebody's lying. I can see the vibes of Ak. You know DJ Akademiks?
I don't think so.
He's one of the biggest voices in hip hop, and he's a very big Drake fan. One of the main sources that people are getting material from or information from. A really big following online. One of the main points of contact for reporting on the beef. Drake songs, they debuted it on DJ Akademiks' platform. He does a lot of live streams. As stuff was kicking off, he'd be online, he'd get some music, and then he'd be like the first to drop it. Somebody's lying, I can see the vibes on Ak. Even he looking compromised. Let's peel the layers back. So insinuating he's in a compromised position, reporting on this Drake stuff.
Bully, I hate bullies. You must be.
How am I compromised? Why you say fuck me for? Yeah, he gonna fuck Kendrick up. You see how dedicated he is looking at his phone? Bitch ass nigga Kendrick, man. This pussy nigga had 8 years to shoot at me. What he choose now? How am I compromised? Why you say fuck me for? Yo, Kendrick, he's begging you to drop. The pussy shenanigans is over. The bait and switch, the bluffer Olympics is done. Drop your fucking 4-year-old song that you could get demolished. How am I compromised? Why you say fuck me for? I'm sorry. Drake is like a genre of music, my nigga. Like, you're stuck on an island. Imagine if all you could listen to is all this militant, we gonna be all right, left, right shit. Fuck out of here, nigga. How am I compromised? Why you say fuck me for? Kendrick, you are on the clock. What is it gonna take for this nigga to drop? He writes slow. I keep saying he make moments. He don't make great disses. He might catch a third one before he drop for real, for real.
16 paranoia-filled days later.
Rather do that than let a Canadian nigga make Pac turn in his grave.
Enough! Enough! enough.
Wanna hear you say nigga no more.
Yeah, we do.
Unabashedly beyond a Drake fan.
He came out as a Drake fan.
Came out as a Drake fan, yeah, years ago. Openly, admittedly biased. Came out of the Drake closet a while back. Bro, Drake probably doesn't really care about you that much.
Kendrick, he said he's smoking on top 5s. What top 5 you smoking on, Kendrick? Cause my top 5 is Drake.
One winner later.
The best westerns where a nigga was sleeping at.
First thing Drake says to me when I get on the phone, by the way, it's not the first time I've talked to Drake on live, and me and him, we go back and forth. You know what I mean? Whatever. I felt a little let down because I thought we had a report.
I'm not doing an interview with you.
How come you don't want me, man?
You showing him mad love, he don't show you no love. You think Drake shows you love? Yeah, Drake showed me a lot of love.
Yo, Akademiks dip from my live, man. Real talk, man. I don't rate you like that, bro.
That's the confusing part, right? He got this smile on his face, bro. Oh, Drake talking, my bad. That nigga be dropping ass music, but you won't say that because you're a #1 fan. Nigga, you fucking jump into it, doing backflips. Drake is all y'all niggas' daddy. That's a fact.
Go ahead, daddy.
Talk to him, Aubrey. When he needs you, he'll send you DMs, he'll play old buddy with you, but he really don't fuck with you. He also said, I don't rate you like that, which if you translate that in Jamaican Toronto slang, I don't rate you, mean nigga, I don't respect you. So I don't give a fuck. I might be getting a little bit emotional. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Yeah, I can tell, pal. I can tell. Your collar's wet.
MVQ, calling all patrols. Air raid warning, clear all states and stop incoming traffic.
Ain't no brownie points for beating your chest, harassing and fucking with good people, make good people go to bat. On the push-ups track, Drake was talking quite a lot about Kendrick's manager. I think there was also like back and forth, people are atting this Ant guy. So here he's just saying, you don't get no brownie points for harassing good people. When you fuck with good people, it makes good people go to bat, defending and protecting what they need to.
Anthony Saleh was somebody that Drake was antagonizing before Kendrick Lamar had dropped any music, before he had dropped 616 in LA and all that. Drake was online talking smack about Anthony Saleh. He was putting posts online about him, doing all of these things, trying to get Kendrick Lamar to respond.
We now finally know why Kendrick mentioned the owl harassing Anthony in 616 in LA. It's now been revealed that he was threatening Ant in voice notes, talking crazy.
Saleh confirms to me Drake was sending me voice notes talking crazy like he's a mob boss. Drake is saying shit like, yo, I'm gonna done you like just talking crazy like you guys think you could finish me?
Yeah, somebody lying. I can see the vibes on Act. Even he looking compromised. Let's peel the layers back. Ain't no brownie points for beating your chest, harassing Ant. Effing with good people make good people go to bat. So you could see clearly that this was somebody that was mentioned right after that bar about Akademiks was mentioned.
Conspiracies about Cash Doll, that's not even a leak. Find the jewels like Cash Doll. I just need you to think. One of the big things that Drake was talking about in push-ups was, oh, your contract shit, Top Dog takes 50%, talking about his cash. When he says conspiracies about Cash Doll, he says that's not even the leak. That's not even the thing you should be thinking about. Find the jewels like Cash Doll, I just need you to think. So yeah, Cash Doll, a rapper, again, a female rapper who's come out in the last few years. She apparently had a bunch of jewelry stolen.
In 2021, you had a situation where your car got broken into and you lost $500,000?
I lost my whole jewelry box. Full of all my jewelry over all the years. Gifts, sentimental pieces, everything. Everything I ever had was in that jewelry box. And that shit hurt my soul.
Jewels also means knowledge, information. So when someone says, I'm dropping jewels on you, I'm dropping some good insight for you here. So when he says, find the jewels that Cash Doll got robbed from, but also find the message that I'm trying to give you here.
I just need you to think. Sounds like he's insinuating.
Think about it. And then he says, are you finally ready to play Have You Ever? Let's see. Have you ever thought that OVO is working for me? My God, bro, I tell you, when I heard that for the first time, how much of this did he calculate? Because if you remember in Euphoria, he said, have you ever played Have You Ever? Okay, nigga, let's play. So there, he's saying, have you ever? Have you ever played Have You Ever? Now he's saying, okay, are you ready to play Have You Ever? Like, are you finally ready to play Have You Ever? Let's see. Have you ever thought that OVO is working for me? Just imagine Drake. Hold up. Just imagine Drake listening to this. He was probably in a studio with his 20 ghostwriters, manager, security. They were all like, let's see this guy's got, man. This fuck nigga Kendrick, man. He ain't got shit, man. Let's listen. Yeah, put it on, man. And then that line drops.
Have you ever thought that OVO is working for me?
That room got real stuffy, real quick. And Drake was looking around a little bit like, and then the people who were in the room, you know, like, just slowly like,
hey, where y'all going? What is that? Who are you?
have you ever thought the OVO is working for me? Fake bully, I hate bullies. You must be a terrible person. Like, if you're just calling someone a terrible person, like, that's worse than I hate the way that you walk.
I don't like anything about Drake.
He's like literally saying like, oh, you must be a terrible person. Put the English on, it just sounds even better. Must be a terrible person.
Truthful days, they're all terrible, man.
And he calls him a fake bully. He's not even a bully. I hate bullies anyway, but you're also a fake bully. Everyone inside your team is whispering that you deserve it. Conspiracies, whispers, mental warfare here. This is what we're doing. I'm inside your head. Can't touch and slide up out of this one. It's just gonna resurface. Every dog gotta have his day. Now live in your purpose. Fucking hell, bro. I mean, self-explanatory. Everyone inside your team is whispering that you deserve it. I've got people at the inside. Can't Tootsie Slide. Tootsie Slide was like a little dance move Drake came up with in scenario saying, you can't just dance your way out of this one. It's going to come back. It's going to resurface. Like, we'll just keep revisiting this. Every dog got to have its day. Now live in your purpose. Drake's last album was called For All the Dogs. If you remember on Like That. So all your dogs getting buried. That's okay with all these lines. So you go see Pet Cemetery. And yeah, every dog got to have its day. Now live in your purpose. So your days come, do what you do, fulfill your role. It's your turn now. It was fun until you started to put money in the streets, then lost money because they came back with no receipts. I'm sorry that I live a boring life. I love peace, but war ready if the world is ready to see you bleed. Now, D. Drake was putting money in the streets to get some sort of dirt on Kendrick. Oh, about 150 grand. 150 grand. The guy who he paid was actually close to Kendrick. Rolls with Kendrick's camp. Knows all of them, grew up with them. I'm not clear on if Drake knew this guy and his links to Kendrick. Obviously, he would have had some thought that he could get good information on Kendrick. I think initially he offered him 100 and the guy was like, yeah, I bet I can get more. The person was like, yeah, give me 150. You paid some dude that you don't really know, came back with nothing. That was it.
This bitch ass nigga, Drake sent some niggas to Atlanta. He tried to come down here and get some niggas some money for information on Kendrick. I said, oh, they stupid. Take the money. I'm gonna tell them a lie. Matter of fact, tell them put the 50K on it and I'll tell them where they at. They gave me the money and I gave 50K to my niggas and they was like, oh, we got it. And we laughed. We got your money and you ain't even getting nothing. I was like, you didn't get no information, you dumbass nigga. Drake is dumb, bro. I said, this nigga he is so fucking stupid.
He's getting straight. He doesn't know this shit. He's getting played.
Exactly. He a Canadian nigga trying to get information from Black Americans from the hood. So I got 150 bands for nothing. And that's what Kendrick said. You came back with no receipts. I said, exactly, nigga, because you fucking stupid. You didn't know he was talking to, dummy. You fucking idiot. You gave me 150 bands. I should have asked for 200. So he lost. He lost his money. And then he had to take the L when Kendrick responded back to him that fast. I say, oh, this nigga green. That's what we call it. We call it green. This nigga green. He don't know nothing. Stupid ass nigga.
Massive difference between Drake and Kendrick. It's just a street element. Kendrick is literally of the streets. And street connections work very differently than I'm rich and I've got people around me that are tough, or I've got bodyguards, or I've got hired help, I've got undercover police. Shit like that, unless you're properly in the know, you won't know. Kendrick's saying like, if you were street smart, then you would have just known that this was happening. What a tall street savvy person, or just a person, pays someone 150 grand up front the information on someone, like up front, bro. No leverage, no insurance.
Even if your wife was cheating like that, that'd be a lot to pay up front.
Bro, yeah, I'll just wait in some bushes, or I'll keep it frugal if I was doing that.
You thinking what I'm thinking, partner? Aim for the bushes.
Again, just not street smart in the slightest. Street politics, plotting and game playing when it comes to street stuff, just having that base, having that network to sort of tap into, it just works differently than when you operate up here. It was fun until you did this. It could have just been a rap thing. That's what he said in Euphoria. Mr. Friendly Fade, let's keep it that way. It could have just been cool, but you went to some next level. I'm sorry that I live a boring life. I love peace, but war ready if the world is ready to see you bleed. I love that. He's like, yeah, bro, I just put my kids to bed. I just love peace, really, but I'll kill you. But, only if the world needs that. So, the Elohim, KTW. The Elohim is the God in Hebrew of the Old Testament. And Jake is Jewish, of Hebrew heritage. Kendrick has called himself the Elohim before, I believe.
Elohim, the rebirth. Before you get to the Father, you gotta holler at me first, bitch.
There was this theme of being a black Hebrew Israelite running throughout Damn. Knowledge, I think that his uncle had sort of set him off a path of thinking about. I think it wider than just Drake. If I understand that the Elohim is God.
Well, in the Jewish Bible, whenever they use the word Elo-HIM, it doesn't relate to a singular. The correct translation in the Hebrew Bible is actually gods.
The biblical authors have one word that can refer to all the inhabitants of the spiritual realm. In Old Testament Hebrew, the word is Elohim, and in New Testament Greek, it's theos. Angels, gods with a lowercase g, or even God with a capital G.
Wait, so one word can refer to any of these beings?
Yeah. It's because Elohim is a category title. It can designate any spiritual being that belongs to the heavenly realm.
Elohim is really sort of akin or synonymous with another Hebrew term, rukot, spiritual beings. Okay? Any member of the spiritual world is an Elohim.
Elohim is God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit doing a mighty work of separating the waters from the waters in order that we might have an earthly home.
What's interesting is that a few lines later, no, you can't sleep, these images trouble you. And then he says, no, the wires in your circle should puzzle you. There's a vague reference here in the initials of no, the wires is also KTW. Yeah. I personally think he's literally just talking about like having snitches in his camp, basically. It's almost like people wearing wires. And obviously the circle being your group, your circle of people. Getting back to the real, he just says, if you were street smart, then you would have caught that your entourage is only to hustle you. 100 niggas that you got on salary, 20 of them want you as a casualty, and one of them is actually next to you. 2 of them is practically tired of your lifestyle, just don't got the audacity to tell you.
Yeah, there's something about this, isn't it? Like the KTW, I think it might be Know Your Wires, all the links. I just don't know why he said the Elohim. It's so strange. This song is very biblical.
Biblical, esoteric. He's called his son Noah. He has a lot of nods to that sort of knowledge. Also then very traditionally spiritual, God, church, but then multi-layered in terms of spirituality. When you're talking about jumping from planets and even the voices that he does, so much of it has a very otherworldly vibe to it. But yeah, this whole I've got people inside your camp, they all tell me you're a terrible person, they're all whispering about you, they all don't like you.
He doesn't like you.
I'm sorry.
I don't like you either.
I'll be careful.
You'll be dead.
You think that you're tough and you've got this kick or whatever, but really, if you were street smart, you know that they're just sucking of your money. Pause clause. 20 of them want you as a casualty, and one of them is actually next to you. Famous star, who's next to you the most? It's either going to be your manager or your bodyguard. 2 of them is practically tired of your lifestyle, just don't got the audacity to tell you.
It's so detailed, isn't it? Like to say 2 of them, 1 of them, 20 of them. Like direct pay people to do the research for him. And Kendrick seems to know what's going on. Maybe he's just bluffing. But
that's the thing. We wouldn't know, obviously, as listeners, like how much of a potential bluff it is. We've spoken about all of the meanings to the cover, to the title, to all the stuff that he responded to, all the stuff that he brought up in the first song, all the stuff that links from the first song into this song. The level of calculation and accuracy, he's not a bluffer. Half a song where he was just talking about himself. He could have spent that half just spitting bars, but instead of doing that, he's just spoke truth about himself. He didn't have to do that at all, like especially on this track at this time. And when we just look at like past histories, even looking at this battle, it's just not him to make something up. He's just authentic.
100%. And I think the next lines kind of almost highlight that. But let me tell you some game, because I see you, my little homie, you playing dirty with propaganda, it'll blow up on you. But even saying that could just be bluffing, throwing stuff out there for the sake of it, is almost like propaganda. Straight afterwards, he's almost making a point of being like, No, actually, what I'm saying to you, bro, it's true.
Drake took Kendrick on tour with him, so that should really be the hierarchy, you know. I took you on your first tour, I exposed you to it, you're kind of always behest to me now in a way.
June 16th, 2011 in Toronto. Drake and Kendrick are about to meet for the first time.
I sat down with Drake in Toronto when I did my first show out there. He always said he was appreciative of my music. I always been a fan of his music. Hit me up one day and said, you know what? Handpicked, man. I want you to be on this tour.
The whole meeting was documented on Kendrick's Buried Alive interlude, which was placed on Drake's Take Care album. On the song, Kendrick talks about finding out that Drake is the same age as him and being jealous of Drake's spot in the game. Kendrick even said it felt like the initiation. Meeting with someone who was already a superstar status from his generation felt like him being able to see a new level of fame, money, and power, and also insight into what that brings with it.
I've had this adversarial sort of thing for you. Now he's like, I now understand, oh shit, I can see now, you really are my little homie. You're really like green. You don't understand like what's happening around you and how these people are using you. And Euphoria as well, saying like, I calculate, you're not as calculating. I can even predict your angle. To be honest, like Drake had been up to that point and continues to be very reactive. So you can kind of see what he's going to do. I know because I've got people inside. So I know that you're going to try and come with some sort of lie, but that stuff can blow up on you. So before you do it, before you go there, just know it can blow up on you, that the people around you aren't there for you. Be careful. Playing nerdy with Zach B and Twitter bots. Drake is known to allegedly of using Twitter bots, but your reality can't hide behind Wi-Fi. Your little memes is losing steam. They figured you out. Forced opinions is not convincing. You'll need a new route. It's time that you look around who's around you before you figure that you're not alone. Ask what Mike would do. Mark, let me ask you, what do you think that Michael line means? Because there's so many people with different interpretations of it.
Honestly, I think he's talking about Michael Jackson, that you're not alone, because he's chatting about like all the people that are around Drake. I definitely believe the people that were around Michael Jackson ended up killing Michael Jackson. Similar thing, they were all just using the bandwagon of Michael Jackson to make themselves wealthy. No one was looking after Michael and it killed him. This seems like a big word of warning to Drake. Don't end up like Michael Jackson. That's very haunting.
It is. So a lot of people are linking it to You Are Not Alone, Michael Jackson song, which happened to also be written by R. Kelly, linking to the Philia and the essay and all that shit that R. Kelly was on. I don't think that so much. The You Are Not Alone, definitely, yeah, Michael Jackson sung that. Exactly what you said, bro. If you remember that, the call that was recorded was like Michael's last thing, and it was basically him saying they're going to kill me. And I'm fairly certain that one of the last things he said in that video was something like, oh, somebody's here, I don't think I'm by myself. Something like that.
If I should tell you this, but I don't know who may be listening. There may be a group of people. The ones who get rid of me. They don't want me here anymore. I can't talk about it over the phone. I don't know what's going to happen, but I just feel in my soul, only God knows, they could shoot me. They could stab me. They could frame me and say I would be just doing drugs. They can do a lot of things. It's not the government. It's more than the government.
Michael.
I gotta go.
Chilling, like haunting, before you figure that you're not alone. Because again, like Drake's thinking, no, man, it's like me and my crew and it's us. And he's saying, before you figure that you're not alone, ask what Mike would do. And what Mike did was he called for help. He literally called someone for help. And then it just ends like that. Again, he didn't end it with the threat like he did in Euphoria. Something you don't want to do. Although, you know, he's saying it in another way here.
Yes, chilling. Especially the whole know your wires. I think he said KTW on purpose. Yeah, that felt very poignant, man. That last whole bit, to me, it just really feels like he's concerned that what Drake surrounded himself with is just gonna eat him alive. Even him calling him little homie, you can feel the empathy Kendrick has for Drake and the situation he's in, the position he's in.
You just picture him like putting his arm around him and be like, come bro, like, let's just chat like a big bro. You really don't get it. Like, you're completely naive to your situation. This was Kendrick warning warning, Drake. This was a warning. It's like a double-pronged warning. It's a warning from me to you. Let's not take it. You know, you don't really want to go further, but also I'm warning you for yourself as well. Doing all of these things that you're doing, it won't end up well for you, and you're being used, and you're not alone. And just like Mike, you should ask for help. That's what you should do. As you said, there was a level of concern. There was a genuine level of care as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
A bit of disdain with the whole, you must be a terrible person.
Awful days, terrible, man. Psychological warfare at the same time.
And your psychological warfare. There are literally two paths, right? So you already said in Euphoria, like, you take it there, I'll take it further. But just before I do that, like just before we even go there, let me give you a chance. Let me just tell you what I see. It is like a parent, like those really smart parents. Okay, son, so you want to jump the train track? Okay, why do you want to do that? Oh, okay, friends are doing it. Okay, cool. What do I think? Yeah, you can. You could do that. You know, I'm not going to stop you doing it. You know, if that's what you want to do, and you go ahead and do it. You're your own person. Just know that if you touch the rails or you get stuck on the rails, I won't be there to help you. Or whatever. That's a pretty shit example. I think I set it up nicely, but the punchline was shit.
Man, you tell me what I can do, man.
Just one of those like really good cautionary tales. Although he left it as he did, it wasn't like a pure, hey, we could be buddies, and or yeah, I'm here for you, man. He still did enough to be like, if this continues, it's really bad for you. Like, it's really bad for you. I'm just telling you that this will happen. Having that level of like self-assurity where, yeah, you just know what's going to come, and you know that you have prepared. So in Kendrick's case, I've known you for ages. I'm probably closer to some of the people that are in your camp that you don't know. Who knows? You know, maybe someone on your writing team, maybe I know them. Maybe they work for me. Who knows?
Imagine if Drake ends up rapping something that Kendrick wrote.
Crazy.
In the way that Kendrick, you don't know what Kendrick's up to. You don't know who he knows.
I always feel that, like, in terms of his diabolical nature, like, he could do that. I don't think he would do that, only because I feel like he'd still feel like it was cheating in some way. I think he would purely want Drake's stuff to come from him or from his team or whatever.
I can imagine Kendrick writing something and purposely getting Drake to rap it. That's kind of like almost like the level he would go to.
He write all this shit. I be helping him with ideas and shit, but he do this. That's what I'm finna do now. Go out to Oakland, work on this music, man.
In the thunder and rain, you stare into my eyes.
You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's a song, bro.
616 in LA.
There we have it, huh? Good lord. Good lord. To review a 3-minute track for over 2 hours now. It's like, come on.
Come on, bro. And Drake?
Talk to him, Aubrey. Doing what you're doing, buddy.
Keep doing you, buddy. You want to be Michael so bad. What did Michael have to do in these last moments? He had to reach out. You left him with a question. Figure this out. Are you ready to play? Have you ever? Okay. Have you ever thought people could be working for me? Like, just think. I just need you to think.